Hello, hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. I hope everyone's doing very well tonight, chat. We are, of course, joined by our cast minus Zoe, who is dealing with wonderful, wonderful LA traffic.
I was going to say she was trapped in a dungeon called Lax or something. But
That's fair. So we are down to
airports
Zoe
are like
tonight,
dungeons.
probably.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, but oh well. Not much we can do about lovely traffic down in the States. What was I going to say? I had so many things to talk about today. Well, I guess we'll just go through
Our other shows.
Yes, other shows, like on Wednesday, The League of Amazing Adventurers. They're going to continue making their way through Castle Salagosa. What horrors does the next floor have? I'll give you a hint. It's mostly library. Then, on Friday, we have The Calling Chronicle back this week. Yes, we're back this week for The Calling Chronicle, where they're going to be going into a white dragon nest. Then, on Saturday, we have Will and Matt continuing with Salt and Sorcery. Then on Sunday, you have my Stardew playthrough. And then on Monday, of course, we have another episode of the Strength of Thousands AP. And that one will probably just be myself, Aaron, and Zoe, I believe. Or are you there for that one, McKenna? I don't think you are.
No. I'm taking a vacation the week after this one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be off streams. But I don't know what y'all are doing.
Next Wednesday, we're taking League off because, yeah, it's just a little bit difficult to find a replacement for that one. But then on Friday, Will and Matt are going to be doing our first tier list on the channel.
Yes.
We're going to be we're doing a tier list of the most beginner-friendly PF2 classes.
Which there are a lot of classes in PF2 now, not including the ones prophesied to come out with the Book of the Dead, I think, or the Thaumaturge or whatever it is that's coming out.
That's for the Dark Archive.
Dark Archive, yeah, thank you.
I'm very excited for that book. I'm very excited for the opening of the tier list stream, where I'm going to have a musical compilation of the Pathfinder classes, a la Wacko's World.
Oh boy.
I think it'll be a good time.
If you can pull that off, it'll be impressive. I may give you a slow clap.
There's only 12 things to list, though.
It'll be a quick little wrap then, I guess.
Well, no, because there's the Kirigen Bomber.
You're going through all the subclasses.
Yeah, I'll do like all
I thought it was... You know what? I'm not actually going to ding you for that one because technically, Will, I don't know how Churigan or that one is pronounced, the subclass. I've never heard that word said out loud.
Speaking of pronunciations of things, we have a new channel on the Discord. It's Correct Will's Pronunciation of Things. If you want to take part in that fun channel, join our Discord here. So that's all of the show announcements. Then, of course, we have some just general announcements to go with the channel. Number 2 being that, hey y'all, League's reaching its final days. So, in preparation for Season 2, I'm going to be posting some stuff about that in the coming days and weeks, so keep an eye on our socials for that. We have that happening. Then, of course, we have a couple other fun things that I'm trying to remember. Oh, right. Matt's been playing a bunch of Elden Ring. I need to make sure, Matt, that tonight you're not going to take your anger out on the bat enemies on McKenna Avi.
I am perfectly capable of partitioning my brain.
Perfect.
Thank you, Matt.
Avi is a lot cuter than these horrific bats, which were BS.
There's just a string of messages that are like, these bats are terrible, WTF.
It was a stupid fort.
Yeah, but it was cool. But those are all of our announcements. Those are all of our show notes. Next week's kind of up in the air. We probably will be off on Wednesday. We'll do this show on Monday with Zoe, me, and Aaron, and Matt. And then on Friday, me and Matt will do our tier list. And then we'll be back to normal the week after. And we'll continue on keeping on. those are all of our announcements. That's all the fun stuff. Discord link is in the chat. And I'm going to roll our intro now, and then I'll let Matt do introductions and a recap. And intro on.
Oh boy. Oh
Go
boy.
ahead, Matt.
So, Will, who are you playing tonight?
Tonight I'm playing Igura, a lovely Gripply who is not a cultist anymore and is a summoner with their friend Gamma and their animal companion Choco.
And how's that sonic damage going for you, Will?
Going terribly. It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, on our upcoming level up, I will get a movement speed increase, and now I'll be able to be a blue frog that's gotta go fast and deal sonic damage.
Well, speaking of things that gotta go fast, and the only person in the party who has wings, McKenna. Introduce yourself and your character.
That's me. Hello, my name is McKenna Ray Tynan, and I am playing Avi Avi, the Nictera Witch. And she is currently sitting at a whopping 2 hit points. So wish me luck.
And speaking of low hit points, which is unfortunately often a class feature of the wizard class, Aaron, who are you playing? Don't forget, yeah, you're on mute there.
Yes. Well, of course, I am the cat person, Aerith. I am a lovely wizard that likes to sleep a lot with my little, of course, companion, Bob. I haven't been here for the last session, so I've heard that everyone almost died. So I'm ready to almost die again.
To be fair, you
Thank you, chat, for the hero point for McKenna.
Thank you.
Aaron, just speaking of coming into this now, I'm sure you've seen at one point that GIF from Community where comes in with the pizzas and, the room is on fire, someone's been shot.
At that point, I am Donald Glover, just bringing in the pizzas with Bob on my side and just like...
Is that the episode of Community that explores like the many worlds interpretation, where like they rolled a dice to determine who would go get the pizza, and like it was a bunch of short vignettes?
Yes, it's also what started the like dark timeline of Community that comes back later to bite them in the ass. It is very much a brainchild of Dan Harmon, which
says enough about that.
Oh, Dan Harmon. He's a bit of a kooky guy.
that's yeah.
Looks off camera. But anyway, when last we left our brave students/adventurers, they had been following the second of 2 kind of assignments given to them by one of the returning wandering teacher. They were now trying to figure out what had been the cause of the griffin attack on the Anandi students. And they traced the griffins, very kind of forensic police procedural, to a kind of exotic animal, I don't want to say shop because it's open air, but bazaar almost might say,
How bizarre.
outside the city. Sure. Run by a lady named Oba, who had a very low opinion of the Magambi to start with, and also was perfectly aware that the majority of you, not Aerith though, she wasn't there, had killed 2 of her prized griffins. So she's like, "Oh, I dislike you," points at Aerith. "I don't know you, but I'm sure I dislike you too."
That's what they all say.
Is it
after
self-defense?
After a little conversation, she let you guys in to kind of inspect her grounds of her animal preserve or store, what have you. And you guys immediately found that things had been set. How to put this exactly? I don't know, foobar maybe. Cages were
Foobar.
open all
Nice
over the
word.
place. Damage had been done to tents and everything. You guys were attacked by tigers. You had to calm down a whole bunch of large elephant birds. You had to like Metal Gear Solid your way past a basilisk cage, and with a clever use of unseen servant, close it. But then you came upon quite the encounter, the Mapeshi, which is kind of like some sort of like electric goat with a reptile tail that was hopping around and like doing shockwaves and stuff, and was immune to sound damage, which was, or at least really resistant to it. It was quite the encounter. It was the epic battle, thanks to some expert use of class mechanics that even I wasn't aware of because I've never played a wizard. Uh, Aerith was able to put a little bit of extra damage in there, and you guys managed to knock the Mapeshi out. So, for those keeping score at home, that means all of the animals were subdued without killing any of them. You beat up one tiger fairly well, but you managed to get back in the cage. You completely managed to avoid having to do anything with the basilisk. You calmed all the birds down before they seriously hurt themselves in their panic, and it was a close thing, but you managed to bonk the Mapeshi hard enough on his big goat head that he lapsed into unconsciousness. And then before Oba sees you, you can like drag it back into the cage by its legs, very undignified. But
And
before
by its big old alligator tail, you see Avi, who again is, yay tall, just like trying with all her might to help drag it.
There are dogs bigger
That's
than Avi.
That's what Choco and Galma are for.
Before I hand control back to the players, I do want to retcon one slight thing that I messed up. There was just a detail of when you guys were inspecting the griffin cages. The shed actually was, there's a lot of text here, and when you guys asked about the shed next to the griffin thing, I think I was reading the shed about a different cage, and it said there was nothing or was locked. But in fact, you guys did try to inspect the griffin shed, and the shed is full of grooming tools, spoiled meat, and a sealed box full of dead spiders. The box is labeled treats.
Oh.
But it appears that the box was sealed, wasn't kept open, and may have been sealed for a while, so all the spiders inside are dead. They're not live anymore.
Oh, well, now we know why they went after the Anandi.
This is why I felt it was important to include this detail. But anyway.
Makes a lot of sense.
We zoom back out from the top-down view, back down to like third-person view or something, and the characters come out of the cutscene and regain control of their characters. So, you guys have just triumphed over the Mapeshi.
Gamma, Choco, can y'all just get that thing in the cage? Avi, I care for you deeply. I don't know how much help you're going to be lifting this thing.
I'm trying my best. I mean, I did knock it unconscious. She's like wielding a little sickle. She is, head to toe covered in blood. Her blood, this thing's blood. There's not a lot of her, but there was a lot of blood. So like the surface area to liquid ratio is, she's on a like a violence high, is trying to haul this thing into the cage. It's not working.
We gotta get you using that more often. You're more effective with that than I thought you would be.
I'm more effective with that than I thought I would be. I kind of mostly just use this for like, hucking corn and maybe some wheat if I need like some food or something, but it's actually a fairly effective weapon, and I kind of didn't consider it as such until literally right now.
I guess with your small hands, hucking corn with a sickle makes sense.
Yeah. The corn cobs are like...
Ophelia, on the other hand, has just sat herself down in the dirt, not even caring about getting the dust and possible animal stuff on her her outfit. She is down to 3 hit points also, and it's just like...
Gamma just picks her up. Choco slides a blanket under her, puts her back down.
She doesn't even notice or register this is happening. She's just in her own head.
Gamma and Choco are the stagehands of our party.
So we are just going to assume you guys drag the Mephit back into its cage. Despite the fact that you guys downed it with non-lethal damage, you did have to, get it down that with damage, so it's pretty beat up.
Yeah. I'm just gonna close the door.
I'll put a plaster on it. It'll be fine.
All right.
So just in case it wakes up, that door closed.
Emu with a bee-boo.
You do notice again that it's not like the lock on the cage was broken. The lock is just hanging free, like it was opened.
Probably that lock picker.
Yeah, can I take a look at it to see if it has like the little markings of like the...
Give me a perception check. It'll be slightly lower than last time because you kind of know what you're looking for now.
Can I make a thievery check?
Yep. 17. Yeah, knowing what you're looking for and using thievery rather than just general perception. Yeah, you think you see a few little nicks there. Plus, you can just logically deduce such a rare and dangerous animal probably was not, just left to wander the enclosure. So.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to go back to Oba?
I mean, I don't really see why not. We've kind of put all our animals away.
Yeah. I'm not expecting a whole lot of thanks from her, but it would be nice.
All right, you guys want to go see Oba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You do find her at the the kind of the edge of the enclosure at the gate, and she appears to have pulled out like a little spyglass and appears to have been watching you guys from a distance. And as you walk up, she actually is kind of smiling a little bit, just the barest hint of a smile at the corner of her mouth. She has taken note of the fact that you guys did not kill a single one of her her animals.
Oh, well.
You're welcome.
I admit I'm actually impressed. I guess Magambia aren't just for making trouble. Are you perhaps maybe looking for, real work?
Point to the terror bird. Point to Gamba.
I mean, I don't think I could find a buyer for them if that's what you're saying. They're not particularly rare.
Your goat might need some band-aids.
Yes, I will tend to that.
And we figured out why the griffins immediately tried to slaughter Nadandi.
What do you mean?
The spiders you were using as treats, I think they saw the Anandi and thought that they were larger treats.
She looks thoughtful for a moment, like, okay, I may have been spoiling them with the spider treats, but that seems like a pretty contrived coincidence.
Yeah, I mean they were pretty focused in their hunt, but I think maybe more importantly than that even is the fact that your cages were deliberately lockpicked and sabotaged. And it wasn't just a madcap case of all of these animals getting out at the same time. Like someone did that.
She kind of loses the smile a little bit and kind of looks at you and says, "Well, that's fairly strange. I don't know how that could have happened."
Do you happen to know any Griblies? Other not Igora, because he has an alibi.
I don't
He's
know
been
him.
With us. That's true. But do you have like any maybe buyers that have been through here, or people that you work with, or maybe angry neighbors?
Snake people?
No, nothing like that.
Is she lying?
You can give me a sense motive check with perception if you want,
I will.
or anyone else can if they
I
want.
will not. It's a 13.
As far as you guys can tell, she's being truthful. She's a little hard to read. She's a tough businesswoman. She's used to haggling, so she might be being dishonest, but she also might just be,
Well, she also has no
off-putting.
reason to lie about this because whoever that might be, like, really fucked her over. I think in that vein, Avi kind of says, well, we found, like, a lock-picking tool that was specifically made for gripply fingers that was kind of left on the scene. So we're kind of thinking whoever sabotaged the cages probably had little froggy fingers.
May I see this?
Yeah.
All right. She takes it and kind of turns it over in her hands. puts it into her bag.
Oh.
Thank you. I appreciate everything you've done. I will be replacing all the locks, of course. I suppose for all your hard work, especially since you did not permanently damage any animals, and she starts rummaging through her bag. Um, and she gives you guys a moderate cheetah's elixir,
Interesting.
which is a basically you drink it. It essentially gives you long strider for 10 minutes. You gain plus 10 feet status bonus to your speed. So it doesn't work for fly speeds, but
Nice.
yeah, usually worth 25 gold. And she says, I may also send a little something to the campus from someone who owes me a favor as an extra thank you. I don't have anything on me right now that I'm willing to give you, but I am appreciative. You did a good job, I suppose.
Thank you. Can I ask what you're planning on doing with the lockpick?
I will turn it over to the authorities, of course.
Let's see if she's cagey. That's
Anyone can give me a perception check if you like.
That's
Sense motive.
I'm using a hero point on that. That's really cagey. There we go.
All right. Igora, looking at her, you see actually, like, it's a hot day and something, but she's remained, perfectly composed this whole time. At the mention of the lockpick again, a single bit of sweat starts to go down the side of her face, and you realize she's nervous about something.
Oh man.
She may know more than she's saying and is willing to say.
Avi, I understand this. Man, I'm just getting such terrible vibes. You see, when I was a kid, Avi, in the cult, what we used to do is that we used to basically like pressure people who weren't involved with us, and we would just scare them into not talking and sharing information people could help them so they wouldn't get help. This is my blatant. This is me trying to subtly like.
She looks up at the sun. Oh, look at the time. I have obviously, as you can imagine, many things to do. So, best you off back to your little school. Thank you again. I will send something along to the campus as an additional thank you, but you should go and wait for it. She's kind of like sort of like trying to like bull rush you guys out very slowly.
Can
Okay.
I?
Well, hopefully we don't find your corpse later.
Oh God. Okay. Can I just maybe do a quick
I mean, I
little...
will. Eventually, someone will. One day.
Can I just do a
Unless your
quick little
exotic animals eat it. Sorry, McKenna.
Or part of it. Anyway, go ahead. What were you saying, McKenna?
I just want to look around the room. I doubt she'd have anything out in the open that might...
Yeah, you guys are just by the fence still.
Oh, I thought we had gone back inside.
No. I mean, she is pushing you guys outside the fence with an intent to go further in. You could maybe try and sneak into her office while she's inside if you want. I mean, you did just repair your rep with her slightly. I don't know if you want to risk that.
No, I'm not. I'm sneaky, but I'm not that sneaky.
None of us are small enough in order to sneak around, so you would be the only one to sneak.
Also, it should be noted, Aerith, I think I'm not sure if it's next because you guys are getting probably a level up either at the end of this episode or halfway through, but it may not come in. Aaron, I think I may have picked out for one of the spells that unfortunately you don't have prepared for today, invisibility. Because that's a useful utility spell.
It would be useful, but we all...
You are out of spell slots practically for today.
Yeah. Oh, darn. It's okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys can head back to the Magambi if you want.
Yeah, I guess if there's nothing else we can do to get information out of her.
Honestly, there isn't actually much left in the AP for her. Mostly, you guys just if you'd gotten a critical success on your sense motive, you might have been able to get something more specific. But you got a success, so we were able to actually get the idea that she is holding something back and she's nervous about something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm more sad about that lockpick. I'm bummed.
Do you guys want to just return to the campus, or are you going to go straight to Janatimo?
Yeah, we could probably go to Janatimo. He might know something about, I don't know, frogs that don't like the Magambia for some reason.
There's a surprising amount of them.
Well, the Maui Expanse is a big place. I'm sure there are lots of people who don't like the Magambia. Admittedly, some of them might be, murderous cultists or criminals or ancient evils.
Or family. Same thing.
Oh,
Sounds like
Um,
fun.
You guys return to campus, though. You report back to Jenna Timo about Oba's wondrous creatures. And he takes in the details you guys have gleaned, including the fact that she was kind of holding something back. And he kind of surmises that it's very possible that the whole reason the animals were released is someone was trying to teach her a lesson, like an intimidation tactic of some kind. Though he does not have knowledge of who it might be. While he has wandered far and heard many stories, he's not up to the local kind of like underbelly of, who might be behind this sort of thing, who's got grudges locally.
can I roll a Nantambu lore check to
Sure.
see if I might have heard
This is
anything?
why we need scrying ability.
27?
27. You do know that unfortunately, you don't know any specifics because it's just so far outside your realm of expertise. But you do know there are some disreputable people here in Magambia. It is a big city with a lot of commerce and interesting people coming through with the going because it's centered around the magic school. There's a lot of very specific things some people within the campus will need, or people who supply the campus will need. So there's a fair amount of trade, and where trade there is money, and where there's money there are opportunists. So
Interesting.
let me see here. And he listens to your explanation, like possible explanation of why the Anandis were targeted in regards to the spider treats, and he kind of chuckles darkly at that and notes that it is both mundane and more fantastical a coincidence than he would have imagined.
It's one of those nature versus nurture things,
Yeah. But he just wonders, like, if they had been fed beef, would they have attacked like a cow coming to market?
Maybe.
I mean, I think the maybe difference between that is like when you feed something beef or chicken, it's all chopped up. So like, I don't know if someone served me like a steak, if I would then look at a cow and be like, oh, yep, that's where that came from. Those look identical. Versus like, there is a like visual similarity between spiders and Anandi. One's just larger.
I don't think we could. I don't think. Would that be considered cannibalism if a griffin ate chicken? Like, they're a similar genus, but they're not.
I mean,
like
hawks will eat like little finches and things, and I don't necessarily think that's cannibalism.
I think ducks eat
I think
ducks.
the exact definition is.
I think that's cannibalism.
Yeah.
I think that counts.
I think it has to be like. the
Ducks
same
eat. I
species.
thought ducks eat like little pieces of bread.
Don't feed ducks bread; it'll give them diabetes.
Oh
I
no!
think I read. Yeah, you can't like.
Give them frozen peas.
Apart from the story, yeah, don't feed ducks bread.
Don't
No,
feed
apart from the story.
don't feed human children white bread either. It's get some rye. But while you guys are also here, because apparently the scenario the scenario seems to be under the impression that you guys would do both tasks before reporting back. But Jenna Timo also reports you guys that he has followed up with your previous excursion to the storehouse with the serpent folk and the light, and he has confirmed that no students are missing. So these guys they had not infiltrated the student body. They were just pretending to be students. And he's pretty relieved about that.
What about the snake lady?
Yeah, they don't have identities for either of these people, especially since you guys didn't have a super long conversation with them.
No, we did not.
But he is subtly reinforcing the campus's security measures now. He's having people look around for more of the hidey holes like the one you found that led to near the bank of the river.
Hopefully, nobody finds that hidey hole and decides to go in.
He's a little disappointed that even with these two interesting occurrences in your conversation with the Anandi students, we're still really not any closer to finding out what drew them to the school. He's gonna talk with them, gently over the next few weeks and stuff, and try and help them figure it out. He's hoping they can figure it out because I'm sure it would be a relief to them too.
Yeah. You
Uh,
might want to try talking to Oba. Something was up, right, Igora?
Oh yeah, she was totally being
he
suspect.
kind of looks a little shifty at this point, like she and I are not on the best terms.
Oh, which one of her items
Yeah,
did
what
you
did
kill?
you do? Because she doesn't seem to like the Magambia very much, or any of its students.
There may have been a rampaging magical beast at one point that the Magambia was called to take care of, and she got very mad because she wanted to capture it to sell and make a lot of money, despite the fact that it had already destroyed 3 barns.
She seems like the
She
type to
is
put
an
profit over
ambitious
people.
woman.
She is an ambitious woman and perhaps a tad self-involved, but
Well, maybe a Magambia
not.
official who is not completely uningratiated themselves to her. There has to be someone here.
As far as I know, the only person that has any sort of good relationship with her is our dear groundskeeper.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
She
might be
appreciates
worth
people
pursuing.
who apparently put in an honest day's work, as she says, without magic to do,
You know, the
tax. And with
more
that, he kind of gestures the hand and makes his, tea levitate across the room without seemingly aware of the irony of it.
the more I hear
Um,
about this woman, the less I like her.
um,
Ideology.
he also wants to let you guys know that the Anani students have decided, for reasons they haven't really shared necessarily, that they're going to actually be using the storerooms as their new living space now that it's been cleared out and fixed up.
That is a bold, brave choice, I think. Considering that they were attacked, I don't know if. I think if maybe like my first night here at the dorms, something in front of my bedroom had attacked me, I think I would maybe not want to live in there.
He does look a little thoughtful at this, and he mentions that he expressed similar concerns, but they apparently seem to feel very at home.
Okay, well, to each
Well,
their own, I
Yeah.
suppose.
But
I'm new to this school and many things has attacked me and I was almost dead, but I'm still here and I'm doing it. I'm
I
here.
mean, I haven't heard the Magambia student experience summarized so succinctly in quite a while.
So is this normal? Is this
Unfo-
much? Is this much shenanigans and getting attacked normal? Because I kind of didn't hear anything about that and as
I
part of
mean,
the application process.
honestly, I'm not. I'm a little surprised that none of you, during the course of your usual studies, haven't blown each other up yet. Not fatally,
Oh,
of course, but this is a magical school. People experiment with things. You are young and inquisitive, and perhaps a
well,
tad reckless.
yes. I understand like magical mishaps between students and like maybe bad things happen
Y-
with that, but these all seems like outside forces who are
I mean, Shazari and I have been experimenting with a lot of things.
conniving against the
I
school.
mean,
There just seems to be a lot of violence for a school college campus.
I mean,
Is that normal?
the current situation is a little mysterious as we don't know the cause of the whole insect calling, but
Excuse me.
sometimes things have happened. Sometimes dolls animated by moon magic with 4 arms just pour out of a laboratory at one point and assault people.
Yeah.
Um, sometimes there are horses imbued with gravity magic. It's a fun, exciting time. Make for great stories. He kind of points to his own face. Did you know I had to magically regrow my own eyebrows?
Oh,
Yes.
well,
Hey, would
you
that
did a
work?
very good job with them.
Yes. Thank you.
Magically regrow eyebrows.
What are eyebrows?
We had someone at the campus.
Oh, I caught that, Aaron. I see you with the eye. I
I wish you can. Okay, never mind. Go ahead. It's fine.
We did have a student once who has since graduated and moved on, who specialized in beautification magic. And she could wave her hand and add luster to your hair and regrow hair or remove it. She could. I think at one point she got so subtle and controlled with her magic, she would be able to curl people's eyelashes if they so desired it.
Oh, so she could like curl them inward then, if they were annoying
Well,
her.
I thankfully never had to see her do that. She was a very gentle soul.
Imagine that, the ability just to have people's eyelashes end up in their eye. Oh, that'd be a power.
How is
There is a I think is it a Dampier feat? You can essentially cast darkness in someone's eyes. No, it's a witch.
It's a
Witch
feat.
thing. You can actually cast darkness just in someone's eyes.
I'll be the bait. I'll put a patch over my good eye, and then just go in.
But yeah, he seems to like begin when the conversation's winding down. But before you leave, he makes a point of saying that he is very proud of your work, everything, and he praises both your bravery and diligence. He wants to ask you guys. He's inviting you, and if you want, you can invite a few friends to a small ceremony where he kind of looks around at all of you. I am pleased to say you will all be elevated to the rank of conversants and given new titles and responsibilities.
what does that mean?
That means you guys are
That's
moving
very
up.
important.
You guys are moving up in rank at the school. It's not like a whole grade necessarily, but you guys are now like senior positions of your standing.
Oh,
We'll go more into that once we move on to the chapter 2 stuff. But I wanted to ask, before we move on to chapter 2 stuff, is there anything you guys would like to do?
we haven't studied in a while.
Will? Yes? Sorry?
Well, yes, we haven't studied in a while. Why did Althea enable emote only mode? Disabled. Okay, there you go, mods.
Okay.
I was just going to ask, Matt, our stipend that we're supposed to get,
Yes.
are we going to get that anytime soon?
You have been getting it this whole time.
Okay.
You get it regularly. It's like your meals practically. You get your regular meals and stuff.
Then in that case,
You need it for school supplies and everything. I mean, in the weeks you guys have been here, a couple of you have set fire to your books. One just disappeared into the ether at one point. You've had to replace textbooks. It's a whole thing. You remember?
Fair enough.
Yes,
In which case,
I
McKenna,
remember. I feel like I'm being gaslit, but I'm gonna go with it.
Then
Oh, you're
perhaps-
so silly when you forget things like that. No, it's gaslighting. It's not fun, kids. Don't. It's not nice. Don't do that to people.
Perhaps we could do a
Do it
little
to
bit
yourself.
of inventory management to maybe figure out how much gold people have, so that I can maybe buy Choco armor, so Choco doesn't die as much.
Are there restrictions on the types of armor that animal companions can get?
Yeah,
Like,
there's
is there special?
There's like specific animal companion armor.
All right. But if you guys also want, you can reset all your health pools now. You can. We will assume you guys get a good rest, and anything we're doing now is the start of a new day. You can, prepared casters, for instance, could pick out new spells. And I'm just gonna realize I got the second book over here, but I need the one with the studying stuff. So give me a second.
Bobby, should I run to Oba's and burn down her office?
What would that accomplish?
Make me feel better.
That sounds very selfish.
It is.
That's Ophelia speaking.
I agree with Ophelia, who is here, definitely. What?
She's hard to ignore.
I mean, she was being cagey. We might as well.
Man.
People have a right to their privacy, Igora.
Yeah, and even if we did want to get information out of her, I don't see how that is helpful.
Fair.
Matt, I wanted to ask about studying.
Yes, I am just making sure, figure out when we get to do it.
Because we had one last book.
Yeah. I wish they had a special little marker in the texts for where it says.
Yeah.
Give me a quick second here.
Did we give Aaron the rundown on the study sessions?
We may have to catch her up because technically Erin has been here the whole time too, so we'll bring her up to the same level of speed.
So we have parts of this game where we can study and we can go up to certain NPCs and they can help us study. Different NPCs have different like boons that they give you. Some of them let you roll twice and take the higher one. Some of them give you like a flat bonus to the roll. I don't know which is which, so that's part of the fun. But basically, you choose your two schools, which is like the Uzunjati or Emerald Boughs. What did you pick, by the way?
I think I picked the Uzunjati, I
Nice.
believe. Yeah.
And what was your minor, so to speak?
Um.
You're muted.
Where is my...
Sorry, Aaron, what did you say? You are muted, I believe.
Erin is muted, yes.
There. I've been pressing
you
my
go.
my space button for the longest time. Hello.
For the
Hello.
longest time.
Yeah, you're coming in and out
Yeah.
with the space bar.
Yeah. Give me a second. Okay. So, anyways, yes, I picked the Uzunjati to be my main, but my second, I don't remember.
Rain scribes might be a good one. But anyway, you choose a class to study with,
Right.
and an NPC from that bough. Is that what they're called? They're houses.
Yeah,
but
emerald
we call them
boughs.
out.
Like a tree.
And if you get a critical success, you get 2 levels into that major.
Okay.
If you get a regular success, you get 1. If you get a failure, you get 0. And if you get a critical failure, you get a 0 this time and automatically the next time you study. So
Oh my gosh.
I thought there would be more opportunities to study, so I didn't realize it was that brutal. But
Well, you know
like,
what we can do? Why don't we, because I don't want necessarily Zoe to miss too much of this new chapter.
yes.
We can do a little bit of this on stream. We'll catch
Yeah.
Aaron up to you guys, and then everyone will catch up because essentially this is a good way of they cap it. They don't make a big deal about when you have downtime to do your studying, but your study level can never go higher than your character level. So it's not
Okay.
like we're going to accidentally make you guys overpowered by giving you a lot of study time.
But you can say when
Get
we
a
were
critical
level
success.
2, I think Will got a critical
Yep.
success and he was able to get up to like level 3 or 4 in one of his classes.
It saved it for the next time he had the opportunity.
Yeah.
He just wasn't able to spend it, essentially. He got points, he wasn't able to
I
spend
got-
yet.
I got points to my Sun Bros. And yeah, right now Igor is sitting at level 4 for the Tempest Sun Mages and level 2 for the Rain Scribes.
Nice.
Oh, on level 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he got 2
'Cause
critical
I got
successes.
to remember we got the double crit.
Yeah, but you can't go to level 4 until you get to character level 4.
We are level 4.
Yes, but you said that we could save them. Like if we
Yes.
got points, we just wouldn't be able
Yeah,
to use
I'm
them.
saying like the effects of being level 4 can't be active right now because you guys I don't think
We're
are
level
level 4
4.
yet, are you?
Level
We're
4.
level
Hold
I'm
on.
level
right now,
4.
Matt.
Yes, you begin at level 4.
Yeah, we're going
Yeah.
to level 5.
Yeah, I quickly looked at the page and I was looking at you guys will be going to level 5. Yeah. So, all right, Aaron.
Yes.
Let's do some retroactive studying. While they are off doing
Sweet.
crazy adventures in tunnels and stuff, you
I
are
should
working
grab my
hard.
notebook. Give me a moment. I should grab my notebook. It all sounds very important.
So,
Yes.
Jati, so. Well, any lore, so that's easy to level maybe.
And Uzunjati, I believe the students that are Uzunjati are Nook
Like-
Solo, the one who does the dancing, and
Oh,
Okoro, who is the one who does the tabletop games.
Yes. There's a lot of students to keep track of.
There really is. There's a lot of detail in this AP.
It's funny, I have to, even though we've moved on to book 2, I have to keep the first book with me because it's got all the student information in the back.
Yeah.
McKenna, quick question for you.
Yes.
Also waiting on Aaron. Item-wise,
Yes.
do you think we could scrape together, like, I think it's 20 gold to get Choco Armor?
I am quickly also looking up the stipend.
Yeah, I mean, we've got that golden feather to sell. We've
Okay, I'm
got
back.
a ring that's worth like 40 gold, a bearskin rug that's worth another 30.
Oh yes, this was another thing I was going to bring up real quickly, guys. You may also want, and I mentioned this last time, to go through the list of magic items you've acquired and maybe start determining who is actually holding any of these items.
Yeah, whenever we get
Because
those magical
it might have
items.
been important in the last combat if someone was holding a specific item. So we need to establish who has them.
Who's holding what? I agree with that.
Interesting.
Okay, like a good skull cat, I am ready.
Okay, so for to try and roll for a success on the study for the Usanjati, the skills associated are crafting or lore, and the lore is any lore.
The lore.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what did we determine was the DC for these?
It's your level DC for the
Okay.
level of the school.
So this is retroactive, so it would have been
Well, it's per the
fairly
level
low.
that you are in of that school. So the level DC, I believe, for level 1 would be 16. 2 is 17.
Okay. So for assuming you were still level 1, which would actually be a little hard now.
Well, no, because I thought the DC was attached to what level of the house you were.
Give me a second here.
Is it
Against
class
the standard
DC?
DC of the branches level.
Yeah, so if you're level 1, if you're level 1 in the branch, it's 16. If you're level 2, it's 17, etc.
So you're saying it's 15 plus the level?
That's what the level DC is.
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm just double checking.
I can.
But no, I'm just thinking the thing I was having trouble with was that her stats are currently level 4, so trying to roll as if she was still level 1.
Yes, that would be a challenge. But
Well, we can just minus possible proficiency bonus. We'll see if it makes a difference. So you can roll to try and get your first level in the Ujanjati. You can roll crafting or any of the rolls you have.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for crafting.
13.
And then which other ones would you say are like
Well, hold on. We're just going to determine. That might be a failure.
yeah.
Well, and keep in mind, I think you can also roll any of the lore that you have collected. And if that's a better stat, you
Yeah,
might
like what is
be
your
able to go for
crafting
that.
plus?
Plus
My
I think.
2.
Yeah, and that's just from your no, hold on. Oh, it's intelligence. Yeah, okay. Let's see. And you know what? I might say you might want to roll Magambia lore instead. Because
Okay.
it's a +8. Though admittedly, it will be more like +5.
That's mean.
So yeah, that is also a failure.
You know, I'll just transfer classes.
Oh.
no, I can give you a hero point if you want to use that to reroll.
Yeah, you can have a hero point if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. I do have a hero point.
Yeah. So go ahead and just reroll it.
Reroll it. Okay.
Yeah. Roll the
Mangambia.
Magambia lore again. Yeah.
Something.
That's evil.
Yeah.
That is how Roll20 goes. I feel like more often than not.
Yeah. You know, they do say I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Oh.
been too long since we've done the studying stuff. I have forgotten these.
No, I'm happy that you're taking your time because I am as equally of course, taking it bit by bit.
Yes, I'm.
This is it. This is not clear.
Oh. Okay. Wait. I think I found a skill DC level checker.
Okay.
When determining a skill DC based on something that has a level, use table 10-5, page 503 of the rulebook. There's so many. I will say this is one thing that the core rulebook is not great for, is like organizing things. So, DC by level. Level 1 is 15. Level 2 is 16. Level 3 is 18. 4 is 19. 5 is 20. 6 is 22, 23, 24 for 8. 9 is 26, and it just keeps going up. It's on page.
Sorry,
what
was level 1?
15.
Okay. 15. All right. So your first month at the school, not so great, Aaron. So many new people. All very excitable and stuff, and you're just you're a shy country cat. Second month though, you can try again.
Mm-hmm.
So give me another Megami. I think at this point, I think you would have been at level 2, so it'll be plus 6 to whatever your base roll for this is. So you can roll Megami lore again if you want.
Okay, Bob, here we go. You're my best friend. Do you believe in me? I don't either. Here you go.
I believe in you.
Okay, so
Bob,
even
you
with...
believe
There
in
we
me.
go.
All right, so that is a success. So that means you will get level 1 in your branch now. You are at level 1, which means additional lore. At first level in this branch, you learn one of the Magambia's deep well of lore associated with your branch. You gain the additional lore feat in a lore skill associated with the branch, which is any lore because of the Uzanjati.
Nice.
So you can add a new lore to there, and you'll be proficient with that lore. So is there any kind of field of study you'd like to be knowledgeable about?
Can I look at the studies?
Well,
Or
it's almost I can give you suggestions, or
Okay.
it could be anything almost kind of like you can have warfare lore or library lore. Or it could be the Magambia or the hold on. What am I thinking of now? The Magambia is the school. What is the name of the Mawagi? Or it could be Mawagi lore if you want to know about just the the expanse, this whole continent we live on essentially. Or is the Mawagi a continent, or is it?
I believe it's a continent, but there are different areas on it. For example, I have lore for Nantambu and Osaibu, which are different areas.
So I have put a blank lore there.
okay.
But now we're on to level 3. You're studying.
Have we been getting one study session per level?
I'm assuming because you can I'm assuming you can never go higher than your level with your study level. So it sort of makes sense why not? Or at least give you one chance per level to study properly.
Nice.
What's the library lore?
Library lore is
The best lore.
Library lore is one that was sort of made up for the Wednesday stream, which just means you are you're proficient with the idea of doing research and famous works. You may not have ever necessarily read all the books, but you know what books are good to be read. Who is the proper author to consult about ancient history of Absalon or something.
I feel like
you know your way
that would
around
be
a library.
useful. Right.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
It pleases me to no end that we have library lore in the second campaign.
Yeah.
Matt, welcome to hell.
This just sounds, very interesting because there are different situations where it could happen that we can only find the information within a library.
Mm-hmm.
Library.
And-
Especially at a
Library.
school.
Yeah, exactly.
So then, Matt, if we're doing levels 3 and 4, can we also have a study session?
Yeah, we're gonna do that now. Just get you guys all up to snuff.
Yeah.
But we are going to do because you guys would have already done your level 4, so we have 2 more for Aaron.
We have 2 more for us, too, because we did level 1 and level 2.
only did
We're
level
still
1.
missing.
Oh, you guys are still
Yeah.
okay. So, well then let's start with Will then, because he's automatically already got these 2 levels, I guess, or at least one of them.
Yeah, I have. So I crit succeeded twice on that.
Okay.
For
So now you can actually get. Let's double check what you get for those 2 levels.
oh, I have them all programmed in already. I got the feat, that group cohesion feat that we used on the Griffins last week. That's what I got from it.
Okay.
And then as for this study session, I'm going to use my Assurance Medicine to auto-succeed at the 3rd level Rain Scribe DC.
God damn.
That's what assurance is for.
That's what assurance is for.
Hi there.
He has
I've
got-
optimized
he's got-
things.
He's got a study plan figured out.
I do.
is,
Igara is much smart. Igara, though he lacks intelligence, is very good at fuck me. Igara's very good at
Are you trying to say Moe?
Yes, moeing
that what you're-
his way through school. Because he
I know
studies with
moe.
people.
Oh,
and then-
mowing.
yes.
Like a lawn.
No, like
I thought you were saying mow, like, oh, mow.
And then
that is what he's saying.
Are we able to have a study buddy for this session, Matt?
I forgot about the study buddies, Aaron. I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell you about the study buddies.
Oh, yes. That's my
It's
bad.
okay, Bob. You could be my study buddy. He believed in me when I rolled.
I love
Well-
Bob. I'm so sorry.
You do have, I think, decent relationships with everyone now at the thing, so you could use a study buddy, yes.
All right,
Yes.
then.
Well, we almost died together, so I'm hoping that I can do. I do hope I get a study buddy out of this whole thing.
Yes, I just need to find the Rain Scribe ones then.
The Rain Scribe is
Anchor Root.
Abram, Ignacy. Oh no, Abram, and yeah, Anchor Root.
Okay, what's Haber?
I think there's 2 for each. Anchor Root's
Yeah.
boon for classroom advantages. You treat your critical failures as failures instead, so you're not gonna do.
That's a
terrible.
good one.
That's a good one.
Abrams. And Abrams is to do with cramming, which is another thing you guys haven't necessarily done.
Both of those are pretty not useful to me, so then.
Yeah,
we'll
cramming
just-
is useful if you are like behind on getting your branch levels and you want to, take high risk, high reward stuff.
Yeah, so I'll just take the level 3 auto succeed, and I'll get to level 3 with the Rain Scribes, which gives me the dedicated attendant, which gives me another feat.
Yes, lots of feats for students.
Gives me the
First time you gain the Megami Attendant Dedication feat as a bonus feat.
Yes, but you get it for the specific class, the specific one. So now I have Megami
Yes.
Attendant 2, which is for the Rain Scribes.
Yes. McKenna.
I think I'm going to do Cascade Bearer. And I can either study with Chizire or Mariama. Remind me what their study buddy perks are.
Give me a quick second. I have it bookmarked here.
Shazere, you don't get tired after you cram for Cascade Bearer.
So, not necessarily useful right now.
And then who's the other
I
one?
think Mariama. I think she...
Yeah, Mariama. Hers is you can re-roll a check for study for Cascade Bears. So, it's a fortune. Like, you get essentially advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
All
nice.
right. And can I do occultism for...
Cascade Bears? Yes.
Yes. All right. That is what I'm gonna do. 14's not gonna cut it. Mariama, help. There we go.
There you go.
Nice.
It
and
should
that
be
was for what
noted
level?
that this is her thing is specifically listed as a fortune effect. So if you fail both of them, you cannot use a hero point to reroll it.
Yes.
At least I think that's what we
Alright.
determined about hero points and fortune effects,
That
right?
is, that is what we've determined. The longer we've played the system, we've started to learn how to play it. It's crazy. It took us
Alright,
a year
so-
to figure out fortune effects.
it doesn't come up very much. There's a handful of things, like unless you're playing a certain kind of cat folk. Like I think we figured it out because Lexi was using her lucky cat thing, and then
Yeah.
got 2 additional feats that made it even better.
Huh.
That was what did it.
Like I can make you have bad luck.
Dang.
Yeah, cat folk has some neat feats later on.
Nice. Now we're on to our 4th level.
Yes, but no, wait, we have to do 3rd for Aerith now.
Oh, that's right.
So, oh, and by the way, but you know what you get for achieving 3rd level, right, McKenna? You heard what Will got?
I think we get different stuff because Cascade Bearer is slightly different, but
Do you get the
I
Cascade
can
Bearer
fit-
Magambi attendant? I will send you that information right now.
Thank you.
All right, so
To look it up.
Aaron,
Yes.
again, do you want to just keep rolling what you're good at for the Ujandari, which is Magambia lore?
Perhaps.
It'll
Yeah,
be
just-
a +7 this time because this wasn't you were at level 3, I guess.
Right. Yes. All right, Bob. Here we go.
Oh, but wait! You
Oh,
can
but-
pick a... Okay, good. The 27. I was like, you can pick a
Study buddy. Yeah, I would
Oh.
have let you figure that out if we had rolled badly here. I should have mentioned that.
Right. Right.
I do apologize, people who are both watching and playing right now. I forgot about the studying stuff. It's not mentioned a lot in the books.
No, I was wondering if there was like specific, like
wish they-
module allotted
they-
time for it.
think there
the thing
is,
they
but it's
do, the thing
obscured.
that Pathfinder APs have a habit of doing is they'll introduce a cool, fun side mechanic for adventures, and then they will completely forget about it after book 1.
It doesn't help that I think, it's multiple authors.
Yeah.
But all right, so you also get the Ujandati dedicated attendant.
Nice.
And now we get to do number 4 for everyone,
Ooh.
which will be cool because you get a skill feat.
Yeah. So, just so y'all know, the Magambia Attendant Dedication. You devote much of your study to Halcyon Magic. You gain the ability to cast a single or arcane primal cantrip of your choice, and is heightened to a spell equal level to half your level rounded up. If you weren't already, you become trained in the tradition spell DC and spell attack rolls with intelligence as your spell casting ability for arcane and wisdom for primal. Regardless as to whether you choose that, you can also become either trained in arcana or nature, or an expert in one of those skills in which you're already trained.
Ooh.
Um,
That's really good.
and then when you when you get the feat, you have to pick the branch that it's affiliated to. So whichever branch you got it for is the branch you get. And
And what you rolled.
Nice.
So actually,
All right, Will, do you want to? Now, Will, were you getting an automatic level 4 for a branch, or do you have to roll for this one, Will? Or are you using it?
I'll have to roll for this one.
Okay.
Oh boy, chat! I would love a hero point in case I mess this up, because
Well, now before we begin, as people point out, who's your study buddy, man?
Anchor Root.
Anchor Root. So Anchor Root, as we established, gives you critical failures become failures, so you won't suffer the worst if you do bad.
Yep, and I need to get the level 4 and 19.
Is that going to be the DC for everyone?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Now the question is. Thank you, Squishy.
Aw.
I'm going to use that hero point to re-roll this. Thank
Oh,
God.
you're perhaps in your recent studies, due to your earlier successes, were getting a little cocky.
I'm a
and
little
also,
bit sad about this though, because now I don't get an additional medicine feat, so now I can't heal everyone at the same time. So this is just going to
Yes.
cause us time.
Yes. You're also notably in this technically. I'm just going to bend the story a little bit. The gathering, the meeting is happening next month. That's why you guys are getting this chance to study right now.
Yeah.
During that time, you are troubled again by those strange dreams where you're just, alone in a darkness and you feel like you're being pulled in 2 different directions.
Yeah, cult's reaching out again.
You think?
Oh, that's a shame,
But
though.
McKenna,
Ah.
how's your studying going? Who are you getting buddy with? Their eyes meeting over the candlelight one night.
Wow. We never did find out what Kiara's study buddy perk was, if she had one at all. I think I might just do another study session with Miriyama, because she's...
It occurs to me something, you guys. Aaron,
Yes.
do you know who Kiara is?
No.
Valid.
Oh no.
So-
Matt introduced a couple of homebrew NPCs to personalize the world a little bit.
And for exposition dumps.
That's fair. And she was a very fancy lady who left under mysterious circumstances, and we're all very worried about her.
I'm slightly
And every second thing she said sounded like an innuendo.
I don't know how you kept doing that. But anyway, I think I'm going to do another occultism check.
Who's your buddy?
Is that a 30? Is that a 30?
That's a 30. Which would be a crit, yeah.
Wow.
That's a crit success.
Okay.
So you will not have to roll for your 5th level one.
Yay!
She's taking your luck, Will.
That's fine.
Like a thief in the night.
Like a thief in the night. Well, my thievery. I am trained in it.
If someone has to steal my luck, I'm happy it's McKenna.
Oh, whoa.
So that means you, for success, you get a skill feat. Let's see this. At 4th level in a branch, you uncover hidden techniques that grant you extra benefits from your branch's associated skills. You gain a skill feat that requires the trained rank in one of the branch's associated skills. And you were rolling for, what, with Cascade Bearers again, was it?
Yes.
So you get a free feat in either Arcana, Occultism, or Religion.
Interesting.
It does have to be one that requires you to be trained, but I guess they're all requires you to be trained. So
I'm trained in everything except for religion.
Yeah.
So,
the world is your oyster then.
yes.
You probably have to meet, level requirements though.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll figure it out.
And training requirements. But yeah.
Is there any way to put this information in
Not easily.
the information?
I can
or
share it with
chat?
you guys afterwards. Or
Sounds good.
Mm.
all right, Aaron.
Yes.
You have caught up and you have now joined in the studying with everyone else or something. Before we do the check for yours for your level 4-1, would you like to try and find a study buddy? I'm sure one of the others can maybe introduce you to someone. So
Yeah, I would love that.
Are you rolling for Uzunjati?
Yes.
So that will be either Noxolo or Okoro. Noxolo, the dancer, her study advantage or classroom advantage is the same thing as one of the others. You treat your critical failures as failures instead, so you won't lose an additional chance.
Yeah.
Or Koro's is related to cram sessions, which you're not doing right now.
Right. What was
and
Yes, go ahead.
technically, I just realized this is for your level 3 because you didn't get level 2. I don't think. No, you failed your first attempt to get level 2.
Yeah, I did.
So this will actually be for your level 3,
Right.
unless of course you want to cram.
Let's look at that mechanic.
I have it right here. It essentially allows you to do. You study twice, each in a branch that satisfies the activity requirements. However, the studying comes at a price. Until the next time you take a study downtime activity, you're particularly tired from all the extra hours cramming at the start of each day of adventuring. You must. You have to succeed a DC 8 flat check, or you become fatigued for the whole day.
You know
Until your
what?
next study session.
That sounds not like a vibe.
Unless
It's not. Fatigued is really bad.
here's the thing
Yeah.
though, Okoro, if one of the others can persuade, because you don't have as good a relationship yet, but if
Right.
one of the others can persuade Okoro, her classroom advantage is you don't get tired from your crams for the Ujinjati.
That's good. I could probably introduce you to Okoro. Could I do it in a way that does not involve diplomacy? Because we
Well-
bonded over being smart and into strategy games.
Her hobbies are sports, board games, Sorry, Okoro is a he. Sports, board games, card games, deep research dives into random topics. So if you could convince me that you are appealing in some way and use a skill check other than diplomacy, I would be more than happy.
If it were any other character, I wouldn't ask, but like we're both nerds. So I would appeal to it in a sense of like we have to research, we have work to do, we have studying to do.
So she's
And how are you working Aerith into that?
She's here to learn. She's here to be a nerd with us.
Yeah, she's a new student. She needs to catch up.
That's my justification.
What skill do you want to roll to do it?
I'm
get her on board.
Maybe academia, would that work?
Yeah, sure. Nerds being nerds.
Yeah, nerds being nerds.
Nerd it up. 20. Yeah. Okay. So yes, if you want, you can then cram to do 2 rolls to catch up. So we'll get you level 3 and level 4, which will bring you up, assuming you would succeed on both of them.
Okay.
So give me the one that actually will be your level 3 one first. So yeah, if it's still the best one you have, you can keep rolling the Gambia lore.
Yeah, it looks like, well, everything looks like it's even, but so far Mangambia is what I'm gonna keep doing. So here we go. Just once?
Just once for the first one?
Once? Okay.
15. That unfortunately is not a success.
Yeah.
But you can roll a second one.
Okay. And you can also roll a hero point. There we go.
There we go. All right, so you are now at level 3, so you're only 1 branch level behind everyone else, and everyone else is going to be rolling for McKenna's not going to be rolling for the level 5 as you guys level up to level 5, which, do you guys want to do that now, or do you want to do that off stream afterwards?
Let's do that now on stream. Might as well.
Okay. So yes, you guys, after your success doing the first 2 tasks for Jitambio and fighting off beasts and serpent folks and investigating mysterious buildings, you are filled with insight and new academic verve and ascend to level 5. If there's anything notable you guys are taking at level 5, please share. And if you're feeling extra spicy, flavored in terms of your, life in the Gambia.
Well, if we want, we can.
While you do that, I'm going to be looking up your stipend.
If we want, we can just go through one at a time and kind of describe it, if that's cool.
That sounds like a great idea, Will. Thank you for volunteering.
Great. I love to volunteer for things. I just need to get the summoner opening. So, as you all know, Igura has been working a lot on things. While at school, he's been becoming really social and been getting along with folks. He's been getting really good at letting the Leshies beat on him, so that they can get a little bit stronger for the next Leshy Battle Royale. He's been trying to be a little bit more perceptive, so he's been getting some help from the groundskeeper with that. And also he's been doing a bunch of working out in the frog pond to make him a little bit more dexterous. So that's basically turned into his ability score boost that he got at level 5, buffing his dexterity to 14, his charisma and constitution to 19, and his wisdom to 12.
Interesting.
And for the record... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. Then, also, Gamma, being a Fae, gets him certain access to spells. Now that he has access to level 2 spells as the lowest spell slot, not the highest spell slot, Gamma is now going to basically replace one of Igura's spells. We're losing Draw Ire right now. And we are replacing it we're losing Draw Ire and the level 1 heal, and those are being replaced with Mirror Image and Blur. Because they're a Fae, they get access to the Illusion School for Arcane Tree. For spells, which is fun. Then, Igura's been hanging out with a lot of the Orcish students, and has picked up on some of their Orcish ferocity, and that's the Ancestry feat that he's taken. Meaning that when I go down as a reaction, I can use my reaction to stay at 1 hit point.
Nice.
Gamma, getting better at just being a frog fighter in general, has been practicing and has become an expert in their strikes. And lastly, Igura has been spending a lot, and I mean a lot of time with Ophelia and with Avi and with everyone else. And so the little, while he was very focused on, when he was very intimidating before coming, he's now learning the necessity of diplomacy, and has become an expert in the diplomacy skill, pumping it all the way up to a plus 14 for him.
Nice.
Other than that, that's everything Igora gets at level 5. Oh, also now Igora is at 76 hit points as a max.
Interesting.
Yeah. And that's what Igora gets at this level.
And for the record, y'all, just as a reminder, though I imagine a few of you wrote this down already, when you first arrived at the Megambia, you were given an initial sum of 40 gold pieces.
That was
Yes.
That was your initial stipend. After that, though, it becomes a monthly stipend of 4 gold pieces at the start of each month.
Gotcha.
all right.
So,
How much gold?
I'm assuming that we are sticking to this whole concept that for every level you guys went up, it was like a month of your school education, which coincides with your studying, which coincides with the leveling your branch level up. So, in addition to the 44 you started with, the 40 initial, and then the 40 or the 4 to start that month, it's been additional now, assuming we're going to level 5, an additional 5 months.
Nice.
So that is an additional 20 gold. So you'll now essentially have 64 gold pieces, assuming you have spent none of it.
Mm.
I have spent some of it.
Igora has not spent none of it.
Nope, but I now am at enough gold to buy Choco armor, so we'll also pick that up.
Surprisingly, there are actually some stores in the city that sell that are not hard to find.
Nice.
There are a number of interesting animals that require barding and the like. Not like probably plate barding, like not a lot of people
plate barding
here.
is 50 gold.
Yeah,
can't
I
afford
imagine that would be expensive.
It is 20 gold for Choco to get just some light barding, and that will give Choco a +1 to their AC.
All right. If that's everything for Igora,
That is.
Avi, what new discoveries and skills and the like is Avi acquiring as she levels up?
So, a little while ago, Avi realized she could communicate with fellow bats, regardless of whether or not they were Nyctera or sprites. Through her research, she has realized that she can now communicate with all animals. I am picking up the Nyctera Ancestry Feat Animal Speaker, which, first of all, allows me just to communicate with them, but also gives me a +1 to make impression checks, which I had a +2. I have a +2 to make impression checks for bats, and a +1 for everything else now. I'm gonna have to put this feat in manually. Roll 20, you're a boob
I
sometimes.
just haven't bought the Ancestry guide on roll 20. That's me.
I mean, fair enough.
That's
fair
just me
enough.
being cheap.
I think in terms of ability score increases, I'm gonna go. I think all of the diving and dodging she's done is gonna, help her with her dexterity. Same thing with all of the times she has not dived and dodged correctly. What has not killed her has made her a little bit stronger. We're gonna take a bump in Constitution. And of course, with all of the book learning, you're gonna take a bump to Intelligence. And perhaps all of the times she has been lied to or led astray has made her a little bit wiser. So we will take a bump in Wisdom as well. I think... I don't know what skill I'm going to increase. I might increase something like Thievery or Stealth. to expert, just because I would be able to get Arcana from the new skill feat.
Oh, question for Will or comment?
May I make a request?
Maybe.
Thievery.
Yeah.
Check
Just
with
'cause-
each other.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one going into like the stealthy thievery tree.
I mean, there are some advantages to being a small creature.
Yeah. Well, I mean there is no mechanical advantage, but
Well, I would actually say that like you will be better at sneaking, like using cover and the like because you're smaller.
what does thievery use? Is it not dexterity?
X.
I'm trying to figure out why my stealth and thievery are not the same, because I'm trained in both. But my
Check
modifier is
the
different.
actual like press the little thing. Sometimes, it'll
Oops,
say
sorry,
it'll say
my bad.
custom instead of the actual stat.
Am I wearing something that gives me a... No, it just says Dex 3. Oh, I guess I'll figure that out later, because that's... I don't know why it says Dex 3 under Stealth and Dex 2 under
I'm gonna
Thievery.
move us back to the campus map.
Maybe it's just a snag, because my Dex modifier is 3 now. So it... Whatever, it's fine. It doesn't matter. What else do I get? You get all sorts of stuff at level 5. Oh, my fortitude save increases to expert as well. That's gonna be really nice. And yeah, I think that is it besides 3rd level spells, which I need to take a look at in more detail.
Yes. And we will let Ophelia do her leveling up. Now, Aaron.
Yes.
Cat.
Meow.
At 5th level, so what the nice thing about Roll20 is when you move up a level, you just go up to the very top of your character sheet where
Okay.
it says the character level, and if you
Right.
just change that to a 5,
Okay.
it changes a whole bunch of things on automatically, and then we can
Yeah.
actually put in things that you get. So at 5th level, wizards do get some neat stuff.
Okay.
You get an ability boost,
Mm-hmm.
which does mean you get to apply 4 +2s to your stats. Now,
Okay.
none of them can be to the same stat, but you could
Right.
put 1 in intelligence, 1 in wisdom, 1 in something like. For wizard, you probably want to put 1 in intelligence because that's your primary stat for like a lot of your spells.
Right. Change that to a 3, right? On mine.
Well, what's the big like? Is it like a 14 right now, or?
Yes, it's a 14
All right,
for
yeah. So
intelligence at the
go into
moment.
there and change that to a 16 because every boost bumps it up by 2.
Gotcha.
So that is 1. What else have you got in mind? For a wizard, considering you're not going to be punching anyone, I wouldn't really suggest strength necessarily.
Right. Really quickly, I don't think I can change anything, unless if I'm clicking in the wrong.
Let me
So
just
when
take a
you
look.
mouse over it, a little settings button, a little gear should appear. If you click on that, it'll turn red, and then you should be able
Oh,
There
I
you go,
see
yep.
it. Yes, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it
Thank you.
might sometimes also when you start to type it in, it might take a second to catch up with you.
Got it. All right. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't say another point in Dex wouldn't be bad. That'll help you, dip and dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Constitution's never a bad thing. It'll give you a little bit more health.
Right. So,
Um,
yes. I can do. I have. How
3
much
more.
more? 3 more. Gotcha. Okay.
So
Right. Gotcha. Okay. So I would actually do 1 in dexterity, and then can I do 2 in constitution?
no, you
Oh
can't.
no, because
double
it's not
down.
the same one. That's right. It's the
Yeah.
same one. I'll do actually wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll help with perception checks.
So changing dexterity into 17. Or is
It
it
goes
all
up
even
plus 2.
numbers?
It's all
Plus
plus
two.
2s.
It's all plus 2. Okay.
It's all +2 until you get to 18. Anything over
Yeah.
18 is a +1 on ability
Yeah.
boosts.
Oh, okay. I see.
That's why we're not.
So-
It's a little goofy.
You're not going to have to worry about that till level 10.
Yeah.
Um,
And then.
I mean,
14.
Gamma put his. Oh, also Gamma got ability boosts. Chat. Forgot to say that.
And then 12.
do
There
not
you
put
go.
anything in strength, says the GM. Next challenge is strength-based checks. That's what Gamma's for.
Yeah.
All right, now, let's see. We'll pick out your third level spells probably later because that's a big choice.
Right.
But you do also get, and this is exciting, an ancestry feat.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
Catfolk have some cool ancestry feats. If you want, I can give you my recommendations personally.
Sure.
Let me just double check here. So, level 5. What do we have for your current ancestry feats? We've got Catnap and Imprecise Sense. You could go back and take a level 1 ancestry feat for Catfolk. You could take Cat's Luck. Basically, that allows you to do once per day. If you fail a reflex saving throw, you can just roll again and take the better result.
Okay. Yeah, that honestly, the first one out of the bat, that one sounds pretty good.
Yeah, and later on you can get expanded luck, which means that reroll can apply to any of your saves, and then you can get shared luck, which means if you succeed a save, you can let someone else reroll.
Okay. That's
And
cool.
then later on, I think you can get like Black Cat's Curse, where you can like, hey, someone passes a save, and you go, no, reroll that.
Ooh.
Which is good for wizards, especially if you're like trying to polymorph someone.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so that we'll put that in there at some point. For wizards, other stuff at level 5. Lightning reflexes, so that
Okay.
is nice. If you go along the top of your character sheet in actual character, like on the first tab there, where we were looking at your stats and everything,
Right. Okay. Okay. See it. Yes.
you see sort of in the middle your saving throws.
Okay. Yes. Fortitude, reflex, and will.
Yeah, you can get the little gear above reflex, and
Okay.
you're going to go in there and change reflex from a to expert now.
Expert. Okay.
So
There we go.
So you're now very nimble. All right, and next up, skill increase. So that means you can take one skill that you're not trained in, become trained in it, or you can find one of your skills that you are trained and become an expert in it.
Right. I see.
Which can be important too, because you can only ever change things from expert to master if you're already an expert. So if you want to really be good at something, you have to start building towards it ahead of time. So
I see.
if there's a particular skill you want to be really good at,
right now my Arcana is pretty up there.
yeah, at level 7 you'll be able to change Arcana. It's already an expert because I think we did that
Right.
last time.
Yeah.
You'll be able to change that to like master, I think, at level 7.
That's cool.
But for the moment, you have a lot of skills.
Right.
Trying to think, does anyone here have a good nature check? If we're trying to, fill in gaps in the party.
Igora
Mine
has a
is
plus 10.
decent at a +8.
Plus 10 for Igora, plus 8 for McKenna, you said?
Yeah.
7.
Okay, yeah.
It's
Thievery's
only
already
plus
covered. You could become trained in medicine if you wanted.
Right.
Your wisdom isn't that high, and I think medicine is a wisdom thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's not this. That might be kind of,
Right.
There's also society.
yes.
You
are
could
already,
also become more trained in any of the lore that you've picked up along the way.
which would help with your later studies.
Oh, I see. Okay.
If you want to become an expert in cooking, or an expert in Magambia lore, or an expert in library lore. Also, this should be Magambia lore should be intelligence, right? Lores are all intelligence.
Yep.
I don't know why it's set to custom.
Yeah, I just ran into that too,
That's
where
the
like half
default.
of my stuff didn't change because it was all set to custom. So like that was the discrepancy earlier with thievery versus stealth. Is for whatever reason stealth was set to dex, but thievery was set to custom.
Because
I didn't
anything
do
with
that,
intelligence,
but-
the wizard should be decent at now. So, and I'm just checking. I think that's the last thing that wizards get at level 5, other than your level 3 spells. Though your spell repertoire is also expanding for other levels, I think, as well. But at level 5, the spell slots aren't going to change except for the 2 level 3s you get.
Right.
So,
I
You're
can
still gonna-
always add to my cooking.
you could if you wanted.
Yeah.
You guys might be going on road trips. You might need to make your own food at some point. I will totally make a suspicious-looking snake steal your rations during the night.
Is anybody else proficient at cooking at the moment?
No,
doubt it.
not at all.
No? Okay.
I do
Then-
have some tiny cooking supplies.
Right.
Be an expert in cooking.
Yeah, I'll definitely just add 1 to cooking. Yes.
Worst comes to worst.
Well, what you go down, you just changed it from trained to expert. Is what you did.
Gotcha. Okay.
Worst comes to
We'll
worst,
do
you can always
that
fried
right
chicken.
now.
You are weirdly not attached to your animal companions. It's kind of
I
disturbing.
don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Have
Animal
you no heart?
companions are the bread and butter of TTRPGs as far as I'm concerned.
Don't use the term bread and butter.
See?
I mean, the fried chicken goes well
Get it.
between bread and butter.
Oh.
Or a nice mayonnaise and honey Dijon homemade sauce you can make up.
Well, y'all, we almost made it 2 whole hours, so
It's not food, it's a condiment.
it's a condiment, excuse me. Yeah, all of my skills got changed to custom. That's
All right, but do we want to do the level 5 education rolls?
Well, McKenna doesn't have to roll, but yes, you guys can totally do that now if you'd like.
Cool. I auto succeed on the medicine check using assurance to get the 4th level in Rain Scribes to get continual recovery. So now we can heal much faster out of combat.
nice.
Yay.
Quality of life changes.
Hallelujah.
Though, to be fair, the 5th level thing for branches isn't that exciting.
It gives you a bonus on checks to convince the people that
Well,
are in your branch.
You gain a +1 circumstance bonus on deception, diplomacy, intimidation, and performance checks to interact with members of the branch.
Yeah.
Which is situational, is a +1, and
I mean,
it's just not as exciting as a whole ass feat.
when we're higher level, in like, I'm assuming at some point, based on like the way these APs are structured, we're going to be in like positions of power. So like, talking to the underlings of our branches, having that will probably be helpful.
Possibly. But you could also just order them to do things. But yeah. McKenna, you've automatically succeeded at this, so you also have that as well.
Gotcha.
Do you want to roll to try and get up to level 4, Aerith?
Yes.
Do you
I
want
would
to
like
use
to.
your newly upgraded cooking skill, which I'm also going to look at, which is also set at custom for some reason.
Yeah.
So I'm fixing that.
The lores
There
are
you
just
go.
broken when you
Should we
first input them.
check?
It's
I
not just
fixed
the
it.
lores, it's every single skill and my AC and my perception. So like we might want to, and my saving throws as well. So we may want to help Erin with her character sheet because
I can take a look at it later.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a weird problem.
Yeah.
Because all mine are fine. I'm just checking through them right now.
Well, that's
But
great.
give me a roll
A
there
cooking.
on cooking roll.
Yes, here we go.
Oh, no, I should check. Since you're not cramming, you're obviously not using the study buddy, which gives you a benefit to cramming.
Right.
You could cram.
You could cram, but you won't be able to use that extra point.
Hmm.
But yeah, I guess you could cram if you there's actually no reason not to if you're using the study benefit that allows you to not take weariness from it.
Right.
You won't get the study benefit from, not cramming.
Mm-hmm. I can. So when I cram, I'll just go ahead and roll.
You roll twice for cramming, essentially.
Roll twice for cramming. Okay, and then it'll be both cooking.
Okay.
So, right? Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Here we go. And I am going to cram.
Okay.
So here's once.
I think that might be a critical success.
Ooh.
I think so, because this is level 4, so that'd be 4 plus 15. So I
Yeah,
think
so that's a critical success.
So you're good to level 5 or 6?
What level
I
are
think
you
so,
now?
right?
This critical
go ahead.
success, yeah, you would have caught up to McKenna now, because that counts as 2 successes, I guess.
Technically now.
But you're cramming, so roll again.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Oh God. Okay. Please don't fail me now.
All right, so that wasn't a success, but
Yeah.
caught up. So now you also get a free feat in one of the Ujintari, which is crafting or a lore feat.
Okay.
Where did they get the general feat? That's level 8.
Crafting.
So yeah,
Or-
crafting. So we can pick that out maybe later, because there's, I think, a few different feats for crafting, and you'll have to really look at them.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
And you also get the circumstance bonus talking to other members of the Ujinjati.
Right.
Technically, the two of you are now ahead of Igor on your studies.
Nice.
Well, I
Igra forgot to
because
realize that it was a marathon, not a sprint.
I had a critical success from like a couple of levels ago. So I was going into tonight with 2 levels in Cascade Bearer and 1 level in Emerald Boughs. And then I got an additional level in Cascade Bearers and then an additional 2 levels.
We're doing good.
And-
I'm very happy with the progress we've made
So
on the
I'm
studies.
set to level 6.
I mean, I've gotten... I got for Igor what mechanically I need to be a little bit more competent. Like, level 6 will boost one of those skills to expert, but,
Nice.
it's not needed, really.
I can't drag Cat's luck. That's annoying. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's all the leveling up we need to do. We'll just let Ophelia know. So I'm gonna click back into my information for chapter 2. All right. I'm gonna read the chapter 2 opening.
Oh.
How
Okay.
exciting.
My dear pupil, once again, you've exceeded the Magambia's high expectations of its students. You've shown that you are ready to expand the scope of your connections and your magical studies, learning how magic and the world both shape each other. Because of this, I am pleased to advance you to the rank of conversant. You will represent the school to the outside world while you continue your studies. This representation is significant, and it reflects the trust the Magambia is ready to place in you. It's true that your advancement is unusually rapid, but your services and exploits have been unusually admirable. I, and many others, feel this advancement is long overdue. Please give the following 3 invitations to any associates you wish to attend our small ceremony to commemorate your promotion. Join us at dusk, a week from today. I'll ask you to speak briefly about how you see magic being most useful in the world. So please think about that in the meantime. I know I'll be telling your tales one day. Signed, Teacher Genatimo. And this letter actually comes to all of you individually.
So the invitations.
You guys get a +3s. Not +1, a +3.
Igora knows 2 of the people. I do need to ask Avi. Avi, are you going to give one to Anchorage, or shall I?
Oh, that's a good question. I was actually thinking. Well, I don't know how I would even get it to her, but I think it would be nice if Kiara could come, because she wasn't able to come to our first ceremony.
Burn it
But-
in the moonlight, it'll find her way to her.
Do you think?
I mean, you have 3. You could probably spare one.
What does that say about how many friends I have?
I mean, I got Shazari and Essie.
I mean, it is noted your dorm mates are not invited.
Oh. Well, we have to invite Ankaru and Shazare.
Yeah.
We should probably invite Miriama.
I'm going
Is there going to be consequences if we don't invite certain people?
I cannot tell you that.
Oh.
I will tell you this though, because it quickly becomes the buzz of the dorm that none of the other students in the Spire dormitory, not even the exemplary Essie Dejana, have become conversants. You guys have leapfrogged your senpai.
Wow.
Oh no,
Oh,
we're
she's
the
gonna be
gifted
mad at
exchange students who
us.
sit near the window.
You guys find out about this as Shizere brings congratulatory bottles of something to you, sitting there, claps you guys on the back, and just kind of casually drops that little bit of bomb.
And I just
Shazare,
bounce back. I just hand Shazera the invitation, and it's like, and there you go, friend. Something to keep you
I'll
up at
see
night.
if I can fit it into my schedule.
hasn't answered my question, which makes me think that maybe people are mad at us about this, Igora.
Well, you could go ask around and see if anyone's mad at you.
I mean,
That's why I was asking Shazare!
I've been drinking with Shazere
Oh
since
no,
we
no!
got here.
This is you. I am not going to do your footwork for this.
I mean, I've been drinking with Shazere since we got here. As far as I'm concerned, we're bros.
I mean, I think all my dorm mates are my friends, and not you would cover for me, right?
Yeah.
Right?
In
Yes,
a
of
heartbeat.
course.
I mean, why do you think I dug that
It's
far
funny you
into the
should
frog
mention
pond?
that. I thought you were planting lilies.
I mean, yeah, that's the cover. If you ever need to hide a body, we have a place for it.
Igora.
I'm just kidding.
That has never needed to happen since the homunculus incident. Turns out, certain homunculus, depending on the Cleo you use, their heads will explode with alcohol.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was a fun one.
Thankfully, they weren't sentient at that point yet, so it was fine.
Okay.
Also, I needed to change the recipe.
Oh, you could have called that one Fireball.
It should be noted that few people have noted that this is not a common occurrence, and that your progress has been noted to be quite quick. Even amongst the students, this has been noted.
Yeah.
Many people seem to think that the teacher's eyes are upon you.
I mean, that's great and all, but what if it makes
So be
me
careful where you
mad
shine
at
that light.
Avi's just so nervous that she's upset Essie and her friends. And now she's worried, is an invitation a slap in the face? Is not an invitation even worse?
All right, well, Avi, I'm going to
Actually,
go and fight Essie.
give me a quick perception check.
Yes, please, thank you. 20.
You feel the little batty hairs in the back of your neck prickle up, and you slowly turn around, and Essie is actually standing directly behind you. She has come in silently from outside, and she is just kind of looking at you, unreadable expression.
Good morning, Essie.
And then she just starts to bawl and gently hugs you. I'm so proud of you guys.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. I'm glad you're proud of me.
She picks you up like a small child or something, like, you are a credit to the dorm. Oh. Get a side eyes, Shazari. I'm just glad someone is you are embodying what it means to be a Magambi student. You're helping the community. You are expanding your knowledge. You haven't blown anything up recently.
That's fair. That's a fair assessment of our time here, Essie. I appreciate it a lot.
All criticisms of the Magambia. I mean, how many other magical schools have people going to the magical nurse's office a lot?
I mean, we don't even have a magical nurse's office.
We even have a magical nurse. We
Yeah, I
had
think there's gonna be a
Kiara and
student-
she left.
Yeah, she like, I think there's gonna be like a student association meeting about that. There's some flyers up. I think you guys have started something, maybe.
Okay. Let me know if there's like a board meeting.
I
Like
mean, it's
a
still in the planning stages. I'm going to be helping. I've got a lot of studying right now, and like, oh,
yeah.
I should. She looks at her little sundial watch. Um, I'm so happy for you guys. Your credit to the dorm. I gotta go.
Wait, Essie, before you go,
Yes.
I'll walk with you because I know you're going to go study. Listen, you've helped me out a lot with studying. I'd really be honored if you came to this.
Starts crying again. Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, she has.
I hear it's
She's-
gonna be. I hear it's gonna be catered, which is nice.
Yeah, like you've been helping me out a lot, and you're like a really good friend for me here. I'd really appreciate it if
This
you came.
this is what being a student of Megami is about. We help each other and we acknowledge each other's efforts.
Yeah, you could say it's a golden age of the Spire dormitory.
Sure.
Fun.
I'm not sure exactly. It would fly over Essie's head probably. So maybe not this early in the morning. He takes the invite. Thanks you very much. Notes that it's in a little while. Like, oh, I need to go quickly cram. All right, bye. Zoom. She zooms off. And we are gonna pick up. He said it's about to be 11 o'clock here in Winnipeg. We're gonna pick up with the graduation or the graduation, sorry, but the ceremony to mark your advancement into conversants next week.
Ooh.
And it's going to be interesting because we're entering a sort of open world phase of this chapter. There is a long list of activities you guys can do of a varying difficulty level that I will not be telling you. You guys just get to pick what you want to do first.
Okay.
Might pick an extreme encounter off the bat. Who knows?
Interesting.
Oh. Okay.
All right, but everyone, you'll have to tune in next week to see where
Yeah.
we go.
We don't know what will happen next time. I'm going to have to do a lot of studying because I don't know what you guys are going to pick.
Well, thank you all so much for coming tonight. Don't forget to check out our many other shows here on the channel, like the League of Amazing Adventures on Wednesday, and the Calling Chronicle on Friday, and Salt and Sorcery on Saturday. It's fun. We will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye!
Good night, everyone.
Bye, you guys.
Peace.